All right, what's poppin', everybody? It's the Kid Coach Shig, you dig, and you know we back with another one on Talking Growth, the art of sports gambling, I feel like this episode is really important because a lot of people are interested in making money different ways, and there's a variety of ways of making money nowadays, for whether it's through the stocks, whether it's through the bitcoins or the forex market. But we're here to talk about DFS, and my man Joronomo really just found his niche, found his way through the FanDuel, through the DraftKings. So we're getting ready to talk about his story, talk about what some of the challenges that he had. Let's bring him in. He just came through. Everybody joining. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. It's Talking Growth. We back at it.
Hey, what's good?
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, nothing much.
How's life?
Thanks for having me on your show, bro.
Oh yeah, man. It's no problem, man. I feel like what you're doing is important, and the fact that you really kind of giving back almost, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can find their ways and things, and people can find their niches, but that don't mean that they have to, spread it to anybody that's willing to learn, man. So let's jump right into it, man. Let's jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Jeron, we got Jeron. I don't have my little machine applause today, but it's all good.
All good, yeah. Good.
So let's jump right into it, man. Well, tell the people, like, what kind of what you doing.
So I mean, I play daily fantasy sports, and what that is basically, for instance, on FanDuel, there could be MLB, football, basketball, and what you do is you have to pick 9 different positions. You're given like a $60,000 salary cap, and you got to stay within that cap and pick 9 players, positional players, and then stay within that salary range, usually $50,000, $60,000. So that's about what, 5 to 6K per position, and basically the best lineup builds. Whoever scores the most fantasy points wins all the money, win all the cheese. You feel me? And
so now let's get it. Before you go, you were saying how I play and you play, but for those that don't play and for those who are just getting into it, when you say $60,000 a lineup, what exactly are you talking about?
So the way I can break it down is, let's just use NBA as an example, even though it's not the NBA.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, you go you get 2 point guards, right? 2 point guard positions you can pick, 2 shooting guards you can pick, 2 small forwards you can pick, 2 power forwards you can pick, and 1 center. So that's 9 players, right?
Okay.
Let's say Steph Curry costs, I don't know, $9,800. Okay, I can pick Stephen Curry. Then you got to pick your second, and let me just throw it out there that it's not designed. FanDuel doesn't make it easy for you to just pick all the best players, because if that was the case, everybody be rich as fuck doing this shit.
Right.
So you can, the approach is to play stars and scrubs. You can play the stars and you can play the scrubs, but the key is to play the best stars and the best scrubs to go off that night. So you would pick like Steph Curry, a backup guy like Jordan Poole.
Okay.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like Klay Thompson, and then
Right.
So on and so forth. So, and each player got a cost on their tag. So the key is to stay within the salary and play the right guy. Yeah, you got to know your stats. You got to play the right guys. And
right.
if they go off, you're going to have a good night. And if they don't go off, it's going to be a long night for you. So the key is you do a lot of research before the slate. Like, I have a routine that I do. I like to do my research the night before. So, like, let's say, like, right now, if I knew the Warriors were playing the Bulls tomorrow, I would be using now research and not the day of the game. You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I'll already be on it. Like okay, Steph Curry costs this much. Zach LaVine's gonna be 8,800. Okay.
Hmm.
And another thing you got to worry about is basically player injuries. So what I like to do is I'm always on Twitter, so I like to follow a lot of beat writers for NBA, and I have
Okay.
my boy Yossi. He's he's a salary cap expert, but I also consider him a beat writer as well because he always know what the fuck going on in the league that I don't know. So
Right.
but I always follow beat writers, and that helps me keep up on, like, for instance, if Steph Curry didn't make it through practice, if he didn't participate in practice, and he was limited at practice, then I know, okay, there's a chance Curry won't play tonight, and you have to
Hmm.
figure out, like, okay, who's going to step up and take his minutes? Then you think, okay, Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole's the backup.
Right.
So we know, okay, Jordan Poole is up to play anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes because Curry's out. Stuff like that. So like I like
Okay.
it 24 hours in advance. So way
Right.
more than 24 hours in advance. So that's just basically what I do, man. I do that, and it's tough because like all the nights that I stay up to like 3, 4, and 5 in the morning. Like, bro,
Right.
I want to win that money. That's what I gotta do, bro. Like, I don't want to do it.
Right.
There's no shortcuts in life, bro. Like, you have to put in work. There's no shortcuts. What I do,
Right.
I have to go all in, or just go all out. So you pick and choose. That's how it basically works. You know?
So talk about like I know I may have started fantasy maybe like I want to say 3 years ago, 3 4 years ago when I first started doing the FanDuel, the ESPN, DraftKings. How do you separate? I feel like maybe I don't know if you've had this challenge at the beginning, but at the beginning stage, you have your favorite players type. You know what I mean? How do you separate like, okay, these are my guys that I like versus okay, um, even though I like this team, this guy, they're probably not gonna play at the level that I feel like they're gonna play at. Like, how do you separate those two? How much preparation is really do you go into like the comments say tap into the resources? How much resources do you tap into to
So
separate those two?
that's a good question. I like that. So what I do, because me, I'm what it's called like a short slate player. So I mainly target like the 2 game slates because there's less players for me to
Right.
play. So what I like to do is I like to like okay like I'll go on FanDuel site because they usually post the players' salaries at 24 hours in advance. So I just stick
Okay.
like okay, Curry's the most expensive player, and then like LeBron James is the most expensive player. Since I'm gonna use this as an example because they play opening night. So like opening night
Right.
versus the Warriors. So off the dribble, I already know Russell Westbrook's gonna be expensive, LeBron's gonna be expensive, Curry's gonna be.
Right.
Draymond might be a mid range. He won't be. He won't be. He'll probably be in the middle. So then,
Hmm.
okay, easy. Okay, well then you got to think the contest you're playing in is gonna be like hundreds of thousands of people playing, depending on how ever many people FanDuel wants in that contest. So I like to think what the field is going to do. I like to think, okay, what is the field going to do? Is the field going to be all on LeBron? Is the field going to be all on Russell Westbrook? You're going to say yes.
Right.
They're going to be LeBron, like, and then now, especially with the Lakers, now that Russell Westbrook's pairing up with LeBron, yeah, I mean LeBron's usage might go down, but it's going to help because Russell Westbrook is like the king of assists. He can do everything. So you're gonna,
Right.
yeah, you're gonna have to play them together. So you have to kind of think like you have to think like common. You have to use your common sense. Like we all know Russell Westbrook gonna get points. We all know he gonna pass the ball. We all know he may not get a bunch of steals, but the assists and
Right.
points are there. So you just factor in. I like to factor in the stars, and then I like to figure out okay the bench. The bench is the hard part because that's what you gotta
Right.
have.
Right.
You have to kind of know, okay, me knowing how the Warriors, I know how Steve Kerr's rotation works. Like he's had, like I know how he works. Like he's been that coach for a while now, so I know how he operates.
Right.
He likes to play small, or whatever, here and there, depending on the matchup. So I go, all right, the bench, I already know Juan Toscano is going to be somebody to look at, depending on his price. So yeah, shit like that. I like to think, I like to picture the stars, but NBA is so predictable. You almost
Right.
you can say LeBron is never going to have a bad night. You can almost say he'll never have a bad night. We all know that.
Yeah.
LeBron, how often does LeBron have a bad game? Like never, right?
Yeah, he gonna get his numbers. He gonna get his numbers.
Like I can tell you a month in advance, LeBron can very well drop 38, 10, 5 on the Warriors. Curry can go 35, 4, and 5.
Right.
Like that. Like I don't have to research that. Like I'm to the point where it's like I've been doing it for so long, and that just comes with experience where it's okay. We all know Curry's gonna fucking get his points. But
Right.
tricky is just the player minutes because people don't know minutes equals money. Minutes equals everything. Like if the players aren't getting the minutes, forget about it. Just take them off your player pool. I like to think like I like to do process of elimination. Somebody like Nico Mannion, who's no longer a Warrior, I never considered
Okay.
because I only played him when I knew something was wrong with Curry or
Right.
the COVID protocols. Shit like that, you don't have to think about. That's just like okay, we know Nico's not going to get run. We know somebody like what's a perfect example? Like DJ Augustin, like when he wasn't getting the minutes, like we like shit like that.
Right.
Okay, but a lot of times you have to. That's where the beat writers come in. If you pay attention to the beat writers and you find out, okay, well, so and so might be questionable the next day, then you go to yourself, okay, Aaron Gordon was ruled questionable or was listed as questionable for tomorrow's game, and then I go, all right, and I'll just look at how he does in practice. If he doesn't make it through practice, then I know, okay, start paying attention to his backup role, and then shit like
Right.
that's basically what I do. That's how I like to prepare.
Do you feel like that you have to actually watch the games in order to kind of get this, or do you feel like that just by doing research, like you can eliminate even watching the game to know kind of what's going on?
To be honest, throughout my DFS career, I only watch the Warriors play because again, I'm a short slate player, so I like to
Okay.
when the games come on around this time. I don't do the main slate where it's like 13, 14 games. That's just too many players to be doing research on.
Too many people.
Play the smaller slates because there's only 2 teams you got to worry about. So
Okay.
no, I normally don't have to watch the game. Like I mean, excuse me, if the Warriors are playing, of course I'll watch it, but I don't necessarily have to watch the game to know my decision making. That's why I look at statistics. I let the statistics help me do my work. And a lot of people don't even
Right.
people just believe in highlights and the last game they played. They don't look at statistics. I'm telling you, bro, statistics will help you get better at anything, like daily fantasy sports, whatever it is in life. Like stats matter, and people just don't seem to believe in stats. But that statistics is really important. That's what helped me make like thousands of dollars a night. It wasn't from watching the damn game. Don't get me wrong. Like I'll watch the game. You feel me? If I got the time.
Right.
That's not what raked in the money. What raked in the money was those long nights staying up looking at stats. It wasn't looking at
Right.
looking at what he did his last game. It's statistics. So and I look at splits. I look at defense versus position. I look at the minutes. How many minutes does he average against this team? Shit like that. That's what's gonna make you successful as a daily fantasy sports player. You're gonna be making $10,000 a night type shit. That's what I like to do.
Talk about some of the challenges that you had maybe early. Like you said, you've been doing this for a few years now. Was it always like this, or did you have to kind of figure things out? Did you, one thing I'm kind of learning about it, doing this, I realized people kind of have like teams. You know, there's like a bunch of teams. I feel like that are, and you could tell me if this is accurate or not. Like there are a bunch of like kind of like what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what you're doing. Like it's I don't know, like almost a research team. Like it's research teams, and that's like what's going out, what's going on in like the bigger games, like you were saying.
Right. So yeah, man, I faced a lot of challenges, bro. Let me just start from the beginning. Okay, so back in 2015, 14 or 15 is when I first started to like play it, and I was just like, all right, like, cause somebody had put me on, and I just remember thinking, okay, so you can make money off this shit, and I used to think it was
Right.
like motherfuckers was cheating, but yeah, long story short, bro, like the challenges I faced were like I maxed out on credit cards. I'm not gonna lie, I went into credit card debt at one point in my life, bro, because I kept thinking, oh, this shit is easy. Like, oh, just build the best lineups, bro. Just get a credit card and just max the shit out and just keep playing. And no, bro, I'll never forget. Like, I just was thinking, like, okay, I was using some of my work money to like throw money in, and I used to say, damn, why am I throwing in so much money, and I either win half of it back or I don't win nothing back, and
Right.
I just kept thinking, it was just a bad game. It was just a bad night. I'm going, and I realized I was throwing in hundreds of dollars a night, bro. And then it got to the point where I was like I was doing the stupidest shit as a young dude. Like I was doing like, oh, okay, I'm about to get this loan and use this loan and throw it in on gambling, and I'm about to just go get it. I'm gonna go get this credit card, and like I said, like I maxed out. I went into credit debt. But through the grace of God, like I was able to make money later in my life, and I paid all that shit back. But definitely,
Oh
my
yeah.
face was like I wouldn't even say addiction, because I wasn't playing it every day like I am. Like now, I play that shit every day. Like this is my life now. But back then, I
Right.
play it anytime I got paid, anytime I had money to like coming my way. That shit was going straight to FanDuel, straight to deposit 50, 300, bro. And I'm not even gonna lie,
Right.
I was so stupid at that time where, like, and this is when I had my own place. It would be times where I had to think about, oh, okay, am I gonna pay my rent or am I gonna gamble? No bullshit.
Mm.
And
Damn.
it was like that, bro. I'm just speaking facts, bro. Like this is no,
Right.
this is just me being real. So
Right.
that was some of the challenges I faced. And then I had an ex girlfriend, who was very good to me too. Like, and she lives in Oxnard, and like, bro, it got to the point where I was like, I would go to her house, bring my phone and my notebook, and I wouldn't even give her my time. I would just be at her house doing research and shit, like just staying there for the weekend and just not even feel like giving her. I didn't feel like I was giving her my time because I was so focused on gambling and shit. I was just like, man, I'm
Right.
trying to make money. So
Right.
that was a lot of challenges. Like I ended up like we're not together no more, but it's like it was a challenge. Like I was too focused on trying to get rich quick rather than trying to learn the game.
Right.
Learn the
Right.
stuff. I was trying to get rich quick, and it costed me. I went into debt. I lost my girlfriend, and then yeah, shit like that. But it's all good now because you know that's what they say. Everything gets better in time. So as
Oh yeah.
I was smiling and shit. I'm like, oh shit, now I'm starting to feel good. And you know why? It's because I never gave up. I kept going. I kept,
Right. Right.
and here I am today, man. Like now I do this shit for a living. I mean, I got multiple
You know.
hobbies. This is just what I do now.
Right. Right. You know. I always say like I feel like around this age, our peer group, this is the age where a lot of people start to settle and give up. You know what I mean? And like talk about like during that time what really like kept you going. Like I um it's hard to say that just money alone would be the sole reason to kind of keep you going. After losing so much, was there anything else that was like, you know what, like this happened, so like I know I got it. I know I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm sure you've had a lot of people around you tell you give up. You know what I mean? Stop and don't do it, all that type of stuff. So what made you like kind of take your destiny into your own hands and not be influenced by, the surrounding negativity?
Man, you got these fire ass questions, bro. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you where you're going. Playing against the same people every night that would take my money. So it would be
Uh,
like be in this lobby, right? Like 5 to 6 years straight. I would compete against the same motherfuckers that I always see number one on the leaderboards. And I used to say,
right,
oh, these motherfuckers are always taking my money, right? I had this, even to this day, I still have this group chat that I'm in. We've had the same group chat for like 5, 6 years. And like they all play like whenever they can now because they all got really good jobs and they're making money. And like now they like they're the reason why I keep going because they always encourage me when we all was playing. Now it's just me really doing it professionally. And then another thing that kept me going too was like I said, the people on the leaderboards always beating me. I would always like look at like other pros win that I follow on Twitter and be like, man, like I'm gonna beat these people, bro, one day, Like I kept saying, like,
right,
beat these dudes, bro. I'm gonna beat these dudes. And then like that's what motivated me the most. Chipotle addict, JBC, like all these dudes I would see every night just taking my money, beating me every night. And then I'm like, you know what? Nah, fuck this. I'm gonna get better. And then one day, I just I was just like, I was doing a bunch of research. I said, you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm tired of losing. I'm just gonna step it up and figure shit out. And then one day, bro, I happened to watch this like YouTube video, and like I had got some good game, and then I was like, oh, you know what? And another thing too that helped me too was last year I was living in Las Vegas because I had lived in Vegas for 1 year in 2020.
okay,
Can't in in Vegas you can't shout out to everybody in here too. You feel me? In Vegas you can't do daily fantasy sports out there. So you know what I did? I took
uh,
every day, bro. I used coming back to California as my motivation because I knew you couldn't do daily fantasy in Las Vegas, which is stupid. You would think you could do that because you're in a gambling market.
right,
But I would take notes, right? And I would prepare as if I'm about to play in a slate, knowing I can't play shit because you can't gamble out there. So I would take notes and every day, bro. I'm gonna tell you too, bro. I used to listen when Larry June dropped that when Larry June did that tape with Burner. I would listen to that song "Man Up," bro, and I would take notes.
okay,
I kept saying to myself, bro, I'm gonna get back to California and I'm gonna make thousands of dollars, bro. I'm gonna make thousands of dollars when I come back. I said I'm on everybody fucking neck, bro. I'm on everybody neck, bro. When I come back, I'm gonna boss my life up. I'm gonna take these niggas that used to beat me in fantasy and just kill these niggas, bro. And then
right,
once I got that information, I saved up a few bands from Vegas. Luckily, I hustled and made like 5, 6 bands, whatever. Little chalk pocket change. I come back to Vegas. I come back to California. I moved back to California on New Year's Day this year. I stayed in this
okay,
2 days, moved into my spot, and I shit you not, on January 23rd, I hit for like 10 grand on FanDuel.
mm,
Mind you,
come on now,
I kept that same. Remember, I told you. Let's go back to the Vegas shit. I kept that same
okay,
mentality. I said, I'm about to whoop these niggas' ass, bro. I was taking notes every day. I kept telling my pop, I said, yo, I'm gonna go back to California, and I'm gonna make my life better. Like I'm not gonna, you feel me? Because back then I was fucking up. I was young. I was fucking up. I told my pops, I'm
right,
out here, and I'm gonna be straight. Come back and hit, bro. I cried, bro, because I was like, yo, like I believed in myself. I never gave up. I kind of felt like
right,
at that moment. You know how like when he got picked in the 6th round, no one believed him. and he was just like,
Right.
everybody, like that's how I felt when I won, bro. That's why I broke down. Like, no, look, bro,
Period. Period.
exaggerate or you know try to sugarcoat it,
Nah, period.
sound sweet, but I was like, yo, bro, like I just thought about the times. I remember I told you I had went into debt, I was losing, and that just
Right.
it was the best feeling in the world, bro. And I said, yep, I know what the fuck to do now.
Come on.
Since then, bro, I have not stopped. I don't even call it, bro. It's not even gambling to me, bro. This is not gambling to me no more. This is just me playing daily fantasy sports. I don't even look at it as gambling.
Right.
Like other people might say it's gambling, but I mean, I've been doing this shit since 2015, bro. This isn't gambling to me no more. Now back then,
You know.
that was gambling. I was gambling, bro. I was using my rent.
Right.
Gambling, bro. Come on, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, the question that you asked me, I like that one for real.
You know, scary money don't make no money. You know, so you know, in a sense, it's like,
I said you should pin that. Scared money don't make money.
yeah, hey, period. You know what I'm saying? We get somebody in the comments, scared money don't make no money. You know what I mean? For real. Somebody drop it in the comment. But yeah. So it's like, you know, it's gambling, but like you were saying, like at the end of the day, like I really look at it like, I mean, shit, you know, if you really want to like take your money to another level, it's always a gamble. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's always gonna be a gamble, and I feel like you've transitioned this from, like you were saying, gambling to now it's more of like a skill. Do you consider yourself a professional sports gambler or a gambler, period?
I hear you. I hear you.
Let me see.
I hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. Um, Damn, what did I say? Hey, I be having good questions, but I just be talking.
I like
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like when you're trying to take when you trying to take your money to the next level, you know, outside of the 9 to 5, it's always going to be a gamble. It's always going to be a risk. You know what I'm saying? And what do you have to say to the people that are like afraid to like take a risk, not necessarily on the DFS, but just anything like that's just kind of keeping them at the 9 to 5. That's kind of where I've been. Like I was at that spot where I'm like, oh yeah, I got a pretty cool job. I'm cool, but it's like it's not really like
Never,
you
never.
feel, you know what I mean? You confined. So how would what would you say to those people to like kind of break out of that mold and don't be afraid, and you know, knowing that you're gonna probably run into some issues, but to keep persevering over that?
I'm gonna tell them, look, and this gonna sound crazy, but this works for me. But I mean, I hope it works for everybody else. But you know what helps me? I like to, I like to think about shit that hasn't happened yet, but you know it's gonna happen. You feel me?
Right.
For example, like when I was in Vegas, every day I used to be smiling like, man, I'm about to win this money. Like even though it never happened yet,
Right.
I was gonna win thousands of dollars, and I hadn't did it yet. But I kept waking up motivated every day, like, man, when I get back to California, I'm about to win. Like, so use that type of fuel every day. To, like, you have to just kind of think of, you have to kind of just speak it into existence. You kind of have to just know that, like, whatever it is that you want to happen, just keep saying that it's gonna happen. You have to speak it like it already happened. That's how I do it.
Right.
That's what helps me. I like to keep speaking it till it happens. Like, yeah, you feel me? Like, I don't want to say fake it till you make it. It's not faking it till you make it. It's actually just speaking on what's yet to come, and then
Right.
it'll happen. Like
And believe it.
you have to, because your mind is gonna program you to be focused on it. That's
Right.
and another thing too is like, don't be scared, man. Like chances make champions. Chances make
Right.
bro, and that's real shit, bro. Like is real. Like a lot of times, bro, a lot of people like to spend their money on weed. People like to spend money on shoes. People like to spend
Right.
money on cars. I mean, I like to now, like, you know what DFS taught me? It taught me how to like use my money that I earned to make more. And
Right.
I never was the type of person that'll make money and then try to make more with that money I get. Now
Right. Just put it back in the pot.
that money I got. So that's just something that's what helps me every day. Like, you know, I got something to spend my money on. So it's not nothing stupid. It's not no dumb shit. I'm not investing on no dumb shit.
Right.
Right. So that's what I use.
Talk about some of the negative um because now it seems like that you're giving some plays out, or you're first let's talk about what kind of what you got going on now. It seems like you giving plays out or something like that. Talk about that.
Okay, so what I do is I have like okay, so I have a package, right? So instead of me doing like a monthly, month to month, because let's be honest, nobody really wants to pay month to month for anything. Like it's like having
Right.
you know how you get a free trial and people cancel that shit before. Like people
Right.
feel like people. I want to charge people one time to get plays, and what I do is like when they pay, what I do is I um I build them lineups that can make them money. So essentially,
Okay.
like I mean, they don't really have to do shit, but I just send them the plays. They don't all you have to do is enter them. Now if they want to learn the game, I can do that as well. Like, I'm thinking about, having classes and shit like that, and teach
Yeah.
how to get it right. But for now,
Yeah.
I wanna sell my game using my knowledge. Okay, here, you pay me this one time, yeah, money. You feel me? That's basically what I'm doing. It's like, all right, yep, these people paying me this amount of money, and they only got to do it one time, and they get plays for the rest of the season. So they're gonna be making money with me, basically. It
So
all so
so
real.
you mean to tell me so you mean to tell me one time, so you pay one time, let's say for we was using the basketball, so for this basketball season coming up, a one-time fee. And are you saying that you give plays for that entire season, all 82 games?
That every day you're gonna get plays every day for there's a game.
Oh man.
I'm
Golly.
I'm doing what's I feel it ain't been done. Like you pay me one time because $300 one time is gonna be worth that whole fucking season.
Right.
Because
Right.
you gonna quadruple that shit, bro, by the end of the year. Easily.
Golly.
Yeah, and that's why I post these. I don't know if you see it, but every day I always have my
Yeah.
hey, this is what I want. Like this is just showing people that I'm winning, bro. I'm not. This is no scam. This is no bullshit.
Right. Right.
See my username. So you know it's me. I'm the Geronimo. I'm the real Geronimo. You feel me? So
Right.
I'm not scamming nobody. So anything that I have, you're gonna have with me. So if I eat, you gonna eat. Period. There's no end. There's no way around it.
That's a hell of a deal. You know what I mean? That's that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. What the hell? Like, golly, man, that's so beautiful. Have you ever thought about doing something with FanDuel? You know what I mean? With FanDuel or DraftKings themselves?
I don't want to get involved in they shit. I just want to make money from they shit and get rich.
Right.
Yeah, boom. So
Might as well.
all they and that's all they gotta do, bro. Is if when they do that one time, they're gonna make money just like me. They're gonna be making posts every day like how I do. Like it's all
Golly.
basketball is so predictive and so easy. It's almost like that's why I be talking about it every day. I cannot wait till the NBA season comes, bro. Every day I'm gonna be making money, bro. $500, $800, $1,000, 10,000, 20,000. I'm aiming for like 100,000, bro.
Come on.
Here now that Russell Westbrook's going to the Lakers, I'm about to damn near get rich this season. I ain't trying to brag, but I'm super. I'm coming off the best year of my life. Like, why wouldn't I?
Right. Period. Come on.
You feel me?
So okay, so check it out. So like you said, you like to do the smaller slates where it's just kind of the, teams, certain teams playing. What's your favorite team that you like to I guess use, or do you have a favorite team?
I mean, yeah, of course, the Warriors. They made me my first $10,000. I mean, if you go back to my Instagram picture on my profile, you'll see that I did a Warrior stack. When Draymond got ejected that night when they played the New York Knicks. I knew I was
Okay.
night because he got ejected. A lot of people, I don't know if y'all remember, but when they played the Knicks, Draymond got ejected, and that night changed my life forever. I was like, what? Draymond got ejected? And I was like, oh my God, like I know I'm about to be in for a night. And then it was Kent Bazemore that helped me win that money because nobody played him but me. I was the only one of like 18,000 people that played Kent Bazemore. I was like, why wouldn't you play Kent Bazemore? Like he wasn't trash coming off the bench. He did what he
Right.
had to do. I mean, obviously he won me money, so you know what I mean? Shit like that. So that night was, man, I cried my fucking eyes out because like it's just
Oh, everything.
thought about, But yeah, but if I had to say my favorite, of course the Warriors, like they'll always be my favorite because they won me the most money.
Right.
Then the
Period.
Knicks,
Period.
because Julius Randle did go off.
What's the taxes like on on these winnings? Like how is it all for keeps, or do you have to pay like a certain percentage?
Taxes, but I guess they were saying like dependent on like take for the year. So if you made 10,000, that really ain't shit. So you might little to none, But if I was making like 100K, 200K, and winning it nightly, oh yeah, they finna tax my ass. So
Right.
so
Okay.
yeah, so shit like that. But yeah, they definitely tax your ass on there. None of that. You don't get to keep all that money. You gonna have to pay taxes on that shit for sure.
So is it taxed on the app, or is that something that they send you something in the mail at the end of the year?
That's something that they'll send you at the end of the year.
Okay. Okay.
For,
But in the meantime, I mean, it's like it's free game almost. Do you is it the same day deposit, or does it take like a certain amount of time after you win? Let's say you win on a Wednesday night. How long till that Wednesday do you get that deposit?
so how it works is, okay, let's say it's Wednesday, right? That Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Say the Jazz and the Pelicans game is over. When the clock hits zero and you're in first place for 50K, after they do all the little calculations and whatnot, you're gonna go to the home button and it's gonna say 50,000 is sitting on your account. It's gonna be in your account balance, and that goes right away, right? And then you take that money and put it back to the card that you use to make deposits. So it just goes back to and it usually takes 48 hours to go to your bank account, however long it works
Oh,
out.
okay.
So it don't take long.
That
That money is
yeah, that ain't even much.
yeah, instantly, bro. It ain't like
All
cryptocurrency.
right.
You feel me? You throw in a little bit of money and then the shit closes and you have to ain't none of that shit. You get your shit right then, right now.
What's the most like you said, you've been doing this for a while, so throughout the time you've been doing this, like what's the most difficult sport to kind of that you had to research, like to kind of follow, I guess?
And it's funny because I love it now. Because and my friends are telling me, bro, don't stop. And it's baseball. And
Baseball, right?
the reason why baseball is so tough and difficult is because there's a lot of variance in it. So
Mm.
with variance, it's just tough because like you can say, oh, I'm about to play Garrett Cole, the pitcher. We all know he's like an elite pitcher. So if he's playing against the Baltimore Orioles, you would think like, oh, he about to eat these niggas up. And then like you keep in that mindset all day, and until the game starts, and then like boom, he gives up 3 to 4 hits and like 4 earned runs and shit like that. That's what makes it tough because a lot of players that you had in mind don't do well.
Right.
So if there's one sport that's really tough, it's definitely baseball. But I just had my last month. I just hit for like 1,000 off like $25, and I stacked it. And it's crazy because I wasn't even expecting that win. I just stacked Toronto Blue Jays, and I played a couple
Right.
players, and next thing you know, I'm in first place, and I made $1,000 off like $25.
Golly, just killing the game. You know what I mean? Just killing the game. Have you like I said, you were saying earlier how you had those group chats with people, and you've never like met these guys, like these top winners on FanDuel, DraftKings, and stuff like that. But you've in a sense networked with them. Do they reach out to you, or do you reach out to them? And how does that work? How would you network with somebody like that?
Good question too. So this past, so in June, right? In June, it's brother. And mind you, when I say brother, like there's okay, he might be the only black best black DFS player in the world. A brother,
Mm,
yes, a brother. It's not too many. It's not too many brothers that are good at this shit, but there is one.
right.
His name is Dre. He's from New York, right?
Hmm.
Um, he taught me some good game. That's one thing, bro. Like that's another thing. Don't be afraid to get game from people, because that's what I did.
Right.
He's a professional. He won a million maker twice. He won $1 million twice. He wins
Mm,
figures nightly. Okay.
come on.
When I hit for my big money, like I was on Twitter, everybody was liking it. I got the congratulations. Roto Grinders liked it. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then I reached out to this dude named Dre, right? And
Hmm.
I remember I took a screenshot of his winning. I'm like, bro, I'm using that as motivation because he had hit for like 100,000, and I was like, I
Damn.
wasn't even hating on him. I took a screenshot of that, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna use this as motivation.
Right.
Like I just remember like sending him a DM. You know how you like send somebody like for example, you know how you send that fine ass chick a DM, or you be scared that she ain't gonna reply back, so you just send it
Right.
anyway, and then you just be like, oh, she ain't gonna respond, but I'm gonna send it anyway. Kind of like
Right.
I sent Dre a message, right? And I'm like, man, this dude is not gonna respond. He a Roto Grinders contributor. There's no fucking way he's gonna reply to me. But then he actually hit me back and he followed me. And he said, here,
Uh.
he said, I seen you take down that tournament. Let me give you my number. And right then and there, I was like, oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm in the game. And he just taught me so much game, bro. We had a Zoom meeting. He taught me a bunch of shit that I never knew that I kept fucking up for so many years. He like, yo, you want to get rich off this shit? This is what you got to do. This is what you don't. This is how you get
Right.
this. This is how you. And I said, bro, nobody else in this game is teaching people like this. A brother did that. It's a brother looking out for another brother.
Right.
I was
Right.
wow, like, and that's what motivated. And this was towards the end of the NBA season, so I was kind of
Oh, okay.
fuck. I got all this good game, but the season is over. So with
Right.
you already know how I'm about to come this season.
Right. Right. Period.
Next,
Period.
period, bro. Like I just got the good game coming to me. Like it's over. It is a wrap.
I think that's so important too. Like you were saying, man, to reach out to other people for the game. I don't know why. Especially, I feel like we really got that problem like out in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like where everybody just kind of, I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody wanna do everything on their own.
A lot of people don't want to give people the game because they think they're gonna be better than them.
Right.
Like that's why I'm having people buy the game from me. Like, yeah, you can buy it off me one time, but look, but people, and that's the thing, people don't want to invest in what they, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna just give you the free. I'm not gonna just give you the plays. Like that's asking for a handout.
Right.
I never did that, but I will.
Right.
You gotta pay to play, bro. Ain't shit free.
Absolutely, and everything you do, you know what I'm saying, and everything you do when it comes to motherfuckers ain't gonna go to Vegas expecting it.
Right. You gotta pay to play, and that's the thing, bro. I wasn't scared to get that good game from my folks, and like I said, when Dre taught me that, like um, in New York, he live in New York now, but he works for Roto Grinders, Andre, my boy Andre, and he told me like this is how you get better at this and this and that, and then I was like, bro, like I wish I would have known him before the season started, you know. But it's
Right.
that's one thing about me, bro. I'm not scared to get help. I'm not scared to ask for help. A lot of people got that pride in them. They think that, oh man, I'm too good to get, man. I'm on my own. Fuck that, not me. I wasn't scared, and you see where it got me. See how I'm doing. Like, that's because I wasn't scared. I put my pride aside, right? And
Right.
help the game. You know what I mean?
These these motherfuckers be prideful and broke. You know what I mean? So
First combination to have.
you know what I mean, for real, man. So shout out to the comments. Shout out, who's that? Greg. Shout out, Greg. Uh, so have you had any like backlash, I guess, now that you're doing this? You know what I mean? I feel like um unfortunately it seems like people won't like people won't almost believe unless they see, you know what I'm saying? So I see how now you posting the winnings. What I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure everybody like, oh, now he got, you know, 5, 6, 5, you know.
Say that because like it's people that never really fuck with me. Like
Right,
going back to high school, bro. It's some
right,
fuckers that never would fuck with me. And now that I'm posting my wins, I'm getting all these friend requests left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. And like my DMs is like it's getting crazy now. Like,
right,
damn, it's so funny that I was like nobody would fuck with me. That taught me something. Like people only gonna fuck with you when you doing good.
right,
And it's like,
right.
why don't you fuck with me when I'm doing good? You know? But I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
like that's the only backlash. And then it's like it's people that get mad that I post. I guess I post too much screenshots every day. It's like,
oh no, man, you know, man, you just living, man, you just living,
it's like,
you just living, you know.
and you know what? I think people will start fucking with you because they think you're gonna give them the free. They think that, oh,
Possibly.
let me try to fuck with him, and maybe he might throw some shit at me and give me some feel me for free. Like
Right,
follow me all you want, but you're not. Don't expect shit for free because, like I said, you gotta pay to play, bro.
right, on everything.
Want to know nothing? Exactly, bro. This is the generation, bro. People want shit right away. They don't want to put in time. People want
Nope.
if you said, I know how you can get better. I know if you were to say this is if I were to tell you, Marshawn, I can show you how to make $1 million. Most people would say, "Oh, can you just who you like who are the players?" But they don't want to hear you break it down to them. They just want to say,
Right,
like, "What's the plays? Who are you playing?" You see what I'm saying? We live in that. We live in that. I need it quick. Fuck all the talking and rules and information and guidance. Just give me what you're going to do, and we'll go on. People don't want to hear nothing.
and then they get mad if you're wrong.
Right.
You know.
Your own, bro. Like that's why I'm offering people to pay me. If you want to, like, because like I said, bro, I don't have to do this. I don't have to charge people.
Nah.
I can keep this secret. I can say,
Right.
somebody say, Jerron, put me on. I can say, nigga, you on your own. What the fuck? You gotta pay a fee, but I promise you, if you pay that fee, you're gonna thank me, bro. You're gonna thank me. paying that fee.
And on everything, it's not even like it's that, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know if you want to discuss your, prices on the air, or if you want to, you know what I mean? We can keep that off
Oh,
if
no,
you want.
it ain't no secret. Shit, posted I put for NBA season, it's gonna be 300 one time, and the reason is
Right,
because NBA is where I make the most money. So,
right.
and believe me, like, don't get it twisted. I'm good at other sports too, but NBA is my money maker. So, that's the fee that I'm charging for people, man. It's 300 one time, and I guarantee you, they're gonna be like, man, like that 300 just made me like a whole bunch of money. Like
Yeah.
I'll use an example for Thrower. Shout out to Malik Thrower. Um, I use Malik Thrower. Um, he bought one of my plays, and I gave him the plays. I want to say he paid like 290, 390. Posted.
Okay.
Tell people that I'm not. I help my clients make money, and I got a couple of people that I have helped make money. So that's why I charge what I charge. You feel me? So
Period. I feel like if you was gonna go to, if anybody was gonna go to the white man in Vegas, you paying thousands of dollars.
right. So
You know what I mean? I feel like what you got right there is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? $300. That's nothing. You know what I mean? That's a pair of Jordans. You feel me? Like, come on now.
Jordans that you was gonna buy when you got your first check, or
Right.
or whatever it is, a gun, whatever, like unnecessary shit. Why not use that money to make money?
You buy 10 Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like,
To do daily fantasy, to go buy hella Jordan.
right. Come on.
To go do the cryptocurrency, it's like, why not play daily fantasy sports and then use the money you win to go do cryptocurrency? You know,
Right.
check the check, throwing it on crypto, which ain't a bad idea, but I do things differently. I like to use my money to use for that, and then try to make more, and then I can throw it in whatever it is. But people can do what they want. Like, I'm just telling you, like, it's people. In my opinion, I don't think there's leverage in the cryptocurrency. Why? Because too many people are doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody is like thinking that, oh, if I throw in this much money, I'm gonna get this amount returned in the same day. And that's
Right.
work. I don't know how it works. They're not getting cashed out like a daily fantasy player would on a nightly basis. No, and that's not me hating on it. That's just the facts. I know this because I hear people say, "Oh no, it closes at a certain." DFS doesn't. That
Right.
money you invest, that is day. That's bro.
Come on.
I don't lie. That's like that. What other stuff out there is doing that? I don't know. So,
You ain't gonna find nothing. You ain't gonna find nothing like that. You know what I mean?
funny thing is, it's like, bro, you got people that we went to school with that know about sports, still don't want to do this. Like, so you telling me you'd rather go throw in your money in cryptocurrency? You know you have no leverage towards it. You're just doing it because
Right.
you're doing it. Why not? Why not use that to sports? I know you know sports. You know sports
Right.
more than you know this crypto shit.
Right.
Sports more
Exactly.
than this crypto shit. Why not use that for sports and then use that money on crypto?
Man, come on, man. Hey, you can still do the cryptocurrency, you know what I'm saying? But like,
Use the DFS platform to make money to invest in that. People just nickel and diamond money all in there and return. I don't see them.
and they might like the DFS more because, like you said, everybody into the sports anyway. Motherfuckers is doing. You got several leagues going on right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nobody was talking about currencies in high school. Sports.
right? Come on, right, right,
Come on,
right.
followers, bro. Wasn't nobody
Said
talking
the
about cryptocurrency. And the cold part was crypto, like all that stock shit was still around, but nobody was talking about it.
right, right. You know, it just take all it takes is just new players in the game. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you for opening that door for real.
You know what it's gonna take for them to switch over when they see somebody. I'm not, yeah, as an example. Let's say you hella raw at DFS. The same shit I'm preaching, and you hit for like 50 bits, then everybody's gonna say, "Crypto, we gonna fuck Marshawn." I was
Yeah,
making all this money in one night. Like that's what it's gonna take, and it shouldn't take somebody to make hella money to
that's
do
a.
it. It shouldn't take.
Unfortunately, you know what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take Jerron to post the money on his arm like Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? For them to go ahead and stop playing. You know what I mean? For real.
Hey, and I've been talking about more shit forever, so it's not like I'm just hopping on DFS. Been doing it.
All right, man. Well, you know what? We gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I got a new segment of the show. It's called Everyday People, Everyday Questions.
Okay.
So if you just answer the question to the best of your ability, and we'll just keep it rolling.
Oh, thank you for the show, bro.
So what's the first thing you think or do when you wake up?
Let's say it again.
What's the first thing you think or do when you wake up?
Um, the first thing I think of when I wake up is what I'm gonna have for breakfast.
Okay, okay. Well then, are we on breakfast? Cereal or oatmeal?
Let's go oatmeal.
Okay. Hot or cold?
Let's go hot.
Lemonade or Pepsi?
Lemonade.
Um, Tom Brady or Steph Curry?
Tom Brady.
Okay, okay. I thought I might have had you on that one. Okay.
Brady and didn't let you finish.
Okay. Okay, okay. What's your favorite food?
Um, let's say pizza.
Pizza. Favorite player to watch on DFS to
Um,
look out for?
I'll tell you for each. So NFL, Brady, NBA, Kirk. MLB, I'd say it's out of a few players, but either Tatis, Shohei Ohtani, or
Okay.
Amir Guerrero.
Favorite pair of shoes?
Jordan threes.
Jordan 3. Okay. Hold on, let me get my paper. Favorite pair of shoes. Yeah, my bad. Favorite pair of shoes. Where is the rest of it? Oh, if you had a superpower, if you could only pick one superpower, what would you pick and why?
Uh, to be able to like, what do you call it? Teleport to like go to different places.
Just disappear on a vis?
Be there now. I have the power to just be here. I'm there. I have the power to go to
Right.
them. That's the power I wish I had.
Ass or titties?
For sure.
If you had 3 albums, if you were stuck on an island, you had 3 albums to listen to for a whole year, what would you listen to? What would the 3 albums be?
One, Dragon. 2, NERD, album called In Search of.
Okay.
And number 3, yeah, damn, number 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
That's tough.
Nah, too short. I'll go Shorty the Pimp. No. Shorty.
Okay. Okay. Bay Area or Las Vegas?
Come on, the Bay, bro.
Okay. Okay. Giants or A's?
Come on, first go.
Raiders, Niners.
49ers.
Okay, okay. Well, that does it, everybody. Talking growth, you know what I mean? We got my man Joronomo. We most definitely gonna discuss the NBA season when that time come. Definitely. And
Yeah.
you got anything to let the people know before we get out of here?
Um, all I gotta say is, take that risk. Scared money don't make money, and just keep going. Don't give up, even when times get hard. Because I didn't give up. Like they say, man, chances make champions. So you just keep going. Eventually, you gonna buy default. I better if you just keep going, man. Don't quit. That's all I gotta say.
There it is, man. Shout out Geronimo. It's Talking Growth, the kid Coach Shig, and we out.